Herald Sun. This is a big story, Caleb Bond. I know you love your horse racing, but this is a stain on the thoroughbred racing industry. And, of course, I refer to Darren Weir, the disgraced Warrnambool trainer who's already been rubbed out for 4 years by stewards, but now he's caught the attention of police. And the headline, of course, is Horse Torture Charges. Police swoop on Melbourne Cup winning trainer Darren Weir. Races involving former Darren Weir horses Red Cardinal, Yogi and Tosin Basil are allegedly at the centre of animal cruelty and conspiracy offences after Victoria Police issued 33 charges against the trainer and 3 other men. Weir, 49, faces 9 charges, including 3 of allegedly torturing, abusing, overworking and terrifying horses. The Melbourne Cup winning handler was banned for 4 years in February after raids at his home found jiggers, devices that give horses electric shocks. Now, this is terrible news for the industry, I must say, Caleb. And, of course, there were rumours, there was speculation, there was innuendo on the racetrack about what they called the magical sands down there at Warrnambool, and now it appears as though, allegedly, and this, of course, will be tested in the courts, that Weir was involved in using jiggers on his horses.
Yes, and as you say, it is a stain on racing and possibly racing's worst-kept secret for quite some time. But beyond this, I mean, we can talk about the fact that he's now being charged by police. Presumably they have enough evidence to prosecute the case. But what we do know is that Racing Victoria has scrubbed him out for 4 years because he did not protest the fact that he had jiggers. And one would ask, if you had jiggers, why would you have jiggers? It would be unusual, I would think, to possess them if you weren't going to use them. And nor did he protest the fact that he had engaged in conduct that was prejudicial, that was unbecoming of the racing industry. And I think on that basis alone, he should be scrubbed out of racing forever. Forget about 4 years. He should not be allowed near a racehorse or a racetrack ever again. There cannot be any tolerance for people like this, because we know that there are a band of people who do not like horse racing, who believe that horse racing is cruel and that the whole of horse racing itself should be scrubbed out. Now, you and I both love racing. We've spent time with people who work in the industry, and we know that most people in the industry, many people in the industry, absolutely adore their animals. They adore the horses like their firstborn children. I mean, they cry when they win. They absolutely adore these animals, and the last thing they would ever want is for them to be treated cruelly. And if you allow people like this to exist in the racing industry, it allows this perception that the racing industry is cruel to flourish. If there is any smell of anything dodgy, you should be expunged for life. No questions asked.
And, of course, Caleb, therein lies the rub. We've seen it with the greyhound industry, we've seen it with the harness industry, and we've certainly seen it with jumps racing. And you, of course, are a big fan of Oakbank, and every year we have to put up with these people who protest outside racecourses. And when you see a headline like this on the front page of the biggest selling newspaper in the country, Horse Torture Charges. And let's not forget, this wasn't a trainer from, Warrnambool who trains 3 winners a year. This was Australia's leading... This guy trained more winners in the past 5 years than any other trainer. So he was embedded into the system. He was had a huge following, had many, many, many racehorses and a lot of loyal owners. And now the industry's on its knees in that particular state because of this particular charge.